Hey, this is Pastor Michael Urisha, and I want to invite you to hit that like and subscribe button and drop us a comment if you will. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you receive all of our updates. God bless you. Come on, let's get to the word.
Let's take a look at what the Apostle Paul writes about concerning this matter in his letter to the Romans, beginning in chapter 10. So I want to lay a foundation for us so we have a clear picture of what's happening in Israel and with the Jewish people today. Okay? So watch. Verse 16, it says, "But not all the Israelites accepted the good news. For Isaiah says, 'Lord, who has believed our message?' Consequently, faith comes from hearing, and the message is heard through the words about Christ. But I asked, did they not hear? Of course they did. Their voice has gone out into all the earth, their words to the ends of the world. Again I asked, did Israel not understand? First, Moses says, I will make you envious. In other words, I'll provoke their jealousy by those, watch this, who are not a nation. I will make you angry by a nation that has no understanding." Listen, that's us. We are that, come on, y'all with me. We are that Christian nation. Our nation has no boundaries. We don't live in a particular land. We're not citizens of this world. Oh, come on, somebody. But we are the ones who are provoking the Jews. And Isaiah says boldly, I was found by those who did not seek me. I revealed myself to those who did not ask for me. Guilty as charged. I wasn't looking for Jesus, somebody. He came and just cracked me upside the head. What are you doing, fool? In the darkest place of my life, Jesus found me. I didn't find Jesus. Listen, honey, Jesus wasn't lost. I was lost. My God. But concerning Israel, he says, all day long I've held my hands to a disobedient and obstinate people. The next verse is in Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I ask then, did God reject his people? By no means. I am an Israelite myself, a descendant of Abraham from the tribe of Benjamin. So God has not rejected the children of Israel. He's writing about the condition of the Jewish people during the church age, which began at the Feast of Pentecost in Acts chapter 2. That was the birth of the Christian nation, and it continues until today. He's stating at the present time the nation of Israel is mostly blinded from Yeshua HaMashiach, except for the remnant, except for the elect. This past week, we had to have our garage door fixed. So I called a company, a young guy came out. And, I'm fascinated with culture. If you don't know that about me, I'm fascinated with culture. I don't ever hesitate to ask somebody where they're from if I hear an accent, because I'm fascinated by it, right? So a young man comes, brown skin, and, accent. Man, I'm like, wow, where's this brother from? So we got to chit-chat, and I said, you don't mind my asking? I said, where are you from? He says, well, guess. So I'm looking, I'm like, is he Latino? He could be, but I don't. I said, say something in your original language. And he did. And I said, I got you in a geographic area now. I said, it sounds like you're from the Middle East. He says, yes, you are correct. I said, well, where? He didn't want to tell me. There's a reason why. I said, well, I don't know. I'm just going to throw darts at the map now. You're from Jordan. No. You're from Iraq. No. You're from Lebanon. No. He says, where's all the problems in the Middle East right now? I said, you're Jewish. I said, welcome to my home, my brother. But he was so hesitant because there's so much hatred. Are you hearing me? So I proceeded to present the gospel to him out of the Old Testament, because they don't believe the New Testament, but there's plenty in the Old Testament, just as Zechariah, where we just read. And I presented the gospel, and he says, I don't really follow any church. I don't go to church. I don't go to synagogue. I don't really follow anything. I said, well, are you an atheist? He says, no, I believe in God. I said, well, listen. I said, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob loves you. And I began to share the gospel with him. But I'm telling you, church, when I was speaking to him, it was almost like, unfortunately, speaking to a wall. It's just nothing, because there is a hardness of heart in part. So we must continue to pray. So even Jesus in the Gospel of Luke, watch Luke 19:41 through 44. As he approached Jerusalem, he saw the city, he wept over it, and said, if you, even you, had only known on this day what would bring you peace, but now, what's it say? It is hidden from your eyes. So because of the hardness of their hearts, the gospel of Christ is hidden from their eyes. However, when the church is removed by the rapture, the new dispensation will begin, and the eyes of the Jewish nation will be opened, according to Zechariah 12, when they will look on the one whom they have pierced, which is Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus our Messiah. Come on, somebody give God a praise in the house. Hallelujah. So let's jump back to Romans chapter 11 here, verse 25. Paul's writing, he says, listen, I don't want you to be ignorant of this mystery, brothers and sisters. Now remember, he's writing to the Romans. The Romans are Gentiles, Christians. I don't want you to be ignorant. He says, so that you may not be conceited. And so Paul is warning us against spiritual pride, which leads to replacement theology or supersessionism. Well, what is that? That is a central doctrine of the Catholic Church, which means the church has replaced Israel. God has no more dealings with Israel. He's only dealing with the church nowadays. Listen, let me just be very clear there. That's heresy. Are y'all with me? It's heresy. So verse 25, it continues. It says, Israel has experienced a hardening in part until the full number of Gentiles has come in. And in this way, all Israel will be saved. Whenever the last Gentile gets saved. Now some believe that's when the rapture will take place. The bride will be complete. At this time, there will be a revival among the Jews like never before is in history. As is written, the word goes on to say, the deliverer will come from Zion. He will turn godlessness away from Jacob, and this is my covenant with them when I will take away their sin. Paul is quoting Isaiah in chapter 27 and chapter 59. So God has a covenant to save the nation of Israel. Come on, somebody give our God a praise. Hallelujah.
Hey, this is Pastor Michael Urisha, and I hope you enjoyed today's short word. Now, you can help us spread the gospel of Jesus Christ all over the earth by simply hitting that like button, subscribing to our channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. And last but not least, share this message with all your friends and family. Well, God bless you, and Maranatha. Jesus Christ is coming soon.